just wear your warmest. Just know it's cold out there, and eventually we will see a little more rain.
I'm going to shiver it off this morning, but you'll be able to shake off the cold temperatures a little bit later this afternoon. We did have a chilly night last night, Lindsay, and it's kind of creeping into our morning now.
Yeah, this is like the second morning in a row we've been dealing with freezing temperatures. It was a little colder yesterday morning, but we're still in that territory where we could see frost develop. So because of that and the fact that we are already in the growing season here in central Indiana, got another freeze warning that's in effect. This one will run through 9 o'clock this morning as we are currently at 32 in Indy and really across the board right there at or below the freezing mark this morning. But we've got a warm front that's headed in our direction. It's already warmed St. Louis up to 44 and Kansas City is at 56 right now, kind of sitting in the warm sector of this weather system that's going to push in for us today. We're going to see some rain develop along that warm front. So as temperatures warm, back near about 50 for a high today, that rain coverage area will start to increase. So here's the latest timeline on all of this as we go through the next several hours. Again, lots of dry time this morning. Really not anticipating rain becoming much of an issue until after the lunch hour today. That moves into the western tier of the state first. Scattered rain continues as we get into the 3-4 o'clock hour, mainly around the Indy Metro and beyond, and then we'll continue into that evening drive home. Here we go through about 5 p.m. Going to be dealing with some wet pavement in the area. So scattered rain continues through the evening and overnight. We got a chance we could see a few isolated strong storms in southern Indiana tomorrow. We'll talk about that outlook coming up in your full forecast. Do want to get you out on the roadways this morning and let you know that things are looking pretty good. A lot of that overnight construction has since wrapped up on the south side, 465 at 65. So I wanted to revisit this construction zone we've got going on over in Hancock County. This is a major construction zone, I-70 at State Road 9. We've got that those lanes that have shifted into the opposite direction. We also have the ramps that are closed on and off of State Road 9. This is going to be ongoing for the next few months through the start of June. Guys.
All right. Thank you, Lindsay. This morning, we are getting a look at video inside of the interrogation room during the Delphi murders investigation. Here you're seeing investigators questioning Richard Allen. This is days before his arrest in the case.
Last year, a judge sentenced Allen to 130 years for the murders of Abby Williams and Libby German. Those girls were found murdered near the Monon High Bridge Trail in February of 2017. Matthew Foltz in studio this morning. And what really does those 3 hours of interrogation video show?
Well, ladies, we see a wide range of emotions from both Allen and the police. Allen maintains his innocence throughout the entire hours of these videos. Meanwhile, these are back in October of 2022 leading up to his arrest. Now, during that October 13th video, Allen explains what he did the day the girls went missing and that he was on the bridge that day. Now, police also show him a picture of the bridge guy and explain that what he said he wore that day on the bridge matches the clothing of the man in the picture. Allen went on to again deny any involvement or ever meeting the girls. Then 13 days later, state police interview Allen again. His wife Kathy was by his side during parts of this interview, and this time it focused on evidence found at the scene where Abby and Libby were murdered, including an unspent bullet that was linked to a gun that Allen owned. Allen again continued to maintain his innocence. Take a listen.
So tell you I did something.
Tell me
that I didn't do.
The truth, Rick. I don't want to know.
I've told you the truth and you don't want to hear it.
The evidence tells me otherwise. The evidence clearly indicates you're involved in this.
No, it doesn't.
It fucking does.
It doesn't.
Now, Allen was arrested hours after that interview by state police in West Lafayette. Last month, Allen's attorneys filed an appeal to his conviction as well as his sentence. And again, we want to mention that 13 News did obtain that interview video by a guy named Tom Webster, who is a true crime podcaster. We're still working to get our own copies as well as to verify all of that. Again, we also obtained Allen's phone calls that he made to his wife and mother while he was in jail, where he allegedly confessed to those murders. We'll be breaking those down coming up at 6:30.
And that was such a critical part of the trial that we saw go on for months. Matthew, we'll see you in a few minutes. Thank you.
Now, you can watch the full police interrogation videos along with Allen's prison phone calls. You can hear those as well at WTHR Plus. Download our app on Apple, on your TV, and stream for free. Well, this morning, the Plainfield School District is considering removing gender identity as a protected class in its non-discrimination policy. Some Hendricks County residents, they are pushing back against the potential change. The school district tells 13 News this is a response to an executive order passed by the federal and state levels. They say this is about preserving funding for schools. A school board member allegedly posted to the Hendricks County Pride Facebook page asking for feedback from the community.
I was heartbroken to even consider the fact that in my own community that trans youth would be a pawn in some sort of political game. And it's so unfair and immoral that some youth potentially are less worth protecting than other children.
In a statement to 13 News, Plainfield Schools had this to say about considering this change. Plainfield Schools remain steadfastly committed to protecting and ensuring a safe educational environment for every student in our schools. The meeting is on Thursday at 7 p.m. at the administrative office.
Right now, IMPD says Southeastern Avenue is back open after cleaning up from that large train derailment earlier this week. You'll remember the road closed because of that CSX train that derailed on Sunday night. In total, 6 of the train's cars went off the tracks. 2 of those cars spilled cornstarch while the others were empty. The good news is that no one was hurt. The better news is that it is back open this morning. Right now, floodwaters are receding, allowing some Indiana roads to reopen too. That includes State Road 46 through Columbus. Here is what the road looked like on Monday, so easy to see why it was closed. Our drone cam 13 showed that it was water covered, and the sheriff's office also shared an update on County Road 325 West. It can now be used to go to and from Columbus on the west side of the county.
Well, I want to show you some video this morning at crews still at work. This is in Carmel, cleaning up after that EF1 tornado hit the area less than a week ago. You can see those crews, a lot of tree limbs, as you can imagine, scattered all across yards. Workers have been busy. City leaders tell 13 News 54 homes in all were impacted, including 5 with what was considered major damage. Crews are still getting calls, they say, for help to remove debris. Pam Rossner Smith and her husband Steve's home was one of those. The tornado damaged their roof and chimney.
It's just overwhelming when part of your house is gone and your furniture's in the neighbors' yards.
Pam says they are grateful to be alive and have the help they're getting.
Hey, there's a freeze warning in effect. Plus, we're tracking the return of showers and thunderstorms later today. So a good time to make sure you have the WTHR weather app to keep up with all those upcoming changes in the palm of your hand. You can check the radar and the blog anytime right there on your phone. It is free to download this in your app store.
Well, this morning we're taking a closer look at growing worries about measles cases popping up across the country, including here in Indiana.
What concerns me as a pediatrician is that this didn't have to happen.
The State Department of Health confirming that an unvaccinated child in Allen County in northern Indiana is infected. Right now, we know the child is recovering, but this is a disease once nearly wiped out because of vaccines. Now, 2 children in Texas have died, and there are hundreds of cases there, almost all of them in people who are unvaccinated.
Parents are asking a lot of questions concerning this, and they want to know, the biggest thing is, how do I prevent it? And of course, the biggest thing is, you got to get your child vaccinated.
So doctors do say the MMR vaccines provide long-lasting immunity. Dr. Yancey also saying that he wants to debunk the myths about vaccine safety, making sure families know it is not linked to autism. So if you'd like to take a look at those numbers, health leaders say you need a vaccination rate of 95% to prevent measles outbreaks. According to data from the state from last school year, only about 90% of kids in kindergarten were vaccinated for MMR statewide. In Marion County, the vaccination rate drops to 85%. The CDC recommends children receive their first dose of the measles vaccine between the ages of 12 and 15 months. And then a second dose is recommended between the ages of 4 and 6 years old.
Your time is almost 6:10. It has been nearly 5 years since IMPD officer Breanne Leaf was killed in the line of duty. But her spirit lives on with a very special workout challenge that several members of the department and recruits joined in last night to honor the fallen officer. It's a Be Like Bree workout challenge that pays tribute to Breanne's badge number B231. So officers and recruits do 231 reps and a 2-mile run to honor her dedication and service. Breanne's mother, Jennifer, reflected on how far she's come in her grief and how her daughter's legacy still guides her.
She would love this. She would love it. Because she loved to be around people. She loved to do, and she was, you know, she loved fitness.
Well, for Jennifer, seeing so many people come together for Breanne's memory is a gift that she says she'll never take for granted.